Good afternoon, students. How are you all? May I know all of your names, please? Today we are going to do the class in English. Hi, hello, how are you? Hello, hello. Hi, Dheeraj, Ritik, Vikram, Pranav, Samyukta, Ajit. Good, good. Swati, hi, Sanjana, Sujal, Vikram, Dhanush, Mridul, Hutch. Very good. 225 in mains. Very good, very good, very good. Harsh, Shreyash, Mayank, Krishna. Hello. Hello, how are you? Today we are going to do the class in English, okay? And today we are going to start the determinants chapter. Let me tell you one thing. This time we are doing the crash course in a little bit different way. We have analyzed some data and we have found the most important topics as well as most important chapters. So in this upcoming crash course, we are going to focus majorly on those important topics and those important chapters. In the previous crash course, we did all the chapters and all the topics, all theory was covered. But from now onwards, we are going to focus on the very important parts. Mostly focus on the important parts. Nonetheless, we will cover the whole chapter also. Okay. For those who are new, let me introduce myself. Hello friends, my name is Nitesh Jakhar. I am BTech from IIT Delhi and my All India rank in JEE 2003 was 1161. Today we will start with determinants. First, I would like all of you to turn on your switches. What is the meaning of turning on your switch? See, whenever you are in a bad mood, you are not in a good mood to study, you think, what's going on? I'm not in a good mood. I'm feeling lazy. I'm feeling tired. So at that time, you don't feel like studying at all. There is just a switch in your mind. Just turn it on. Okay, sir, now I'm ready. Now I will focus completely on this lecture for the next 90 minutes and I will do my best. In the same way, you should turn on your switch when you go for the exam. Okay. So, are you all ready? Is your brain switches turned on? Let me know in the chat. Then we will start with the lecture for today. Let me know. Yes, yes, yes. Switch on कर लो सब लोग अपना अपना switch on कर लो कि for the next 90 minutes we are going to focus on the chapter determinants. Highly turned. Good. Okay. Let's start with the properties of determinants. See, you must be knowing this property. I'm going to turn off the chat for a bit. Okay. If you have a determinant of this sort, in which two rows are very simple and one row contains addition of terms, then it can be broken into two different determinants. Mind you, these two rows will remain as it is. And the first row, it will break into A1, B1, C1 and X, Y and Z. Okay. Suppose if there are extra terms here also, A2 plus B, B2 plus Q, C2 plus R, still both the rows will remain same, B2 plus Q and C2 plus R. Here also A2 plus P, B2 plus Q and C2 plus R. So what is the point here? The point is that at a time you can break only one row or one column. Is that clear? Is that clear? Let me know in the chat. In one step, you can break only one row or only one column. Clear hai wala part? Shall we move on? Yes, good. Second property is the row and column operation. I hope you all must be knowing all the rows and column operations which we use for simplifying the determinants. Do I need to explain this or is it clear? Row and column operation. Repeat कौन सा वाला part? Which part repeat बेटा? No need to explain. Okay, good. Third part is also important. If two rows or two columns are interchanged, then the value of the determinant changes in sign. Suppose we have the determinant A, B, C, P, Q, R, X, Y, Z. if I interchange R1 and R2, then this determinant will be equal to minus sign of P, Q, R, A, B, C and X, Y, Z. Clear? When should we use this row operation? Very good question, very good question, very good question. देखो, okay, I'm going to explain the point number 2 again. Watch carefully. Whenever we have a bigger determinant in which the values are very large, we try to simplify the determinant using row and column operation. The main purpose, the process which you should be thinking about in your mind, that some similar terms are created in a row or a column so that it can be taken out. That should be your main purpose. Or the operations should be such that creating zeros or ones. Normally that is our main purpose for using row and column operation. You can say, you can use a operation like this: R1 goes to R1 plus R2 plus R3, or you can use an operation like R1 goes to R1 minus R2 plus 2R3. All are valid. But if you use the operation like R1 goes to 2R1 plus R2, this operation is wrong, because in fact you are multiplying the whole determinant by 2. So the value is not going to remain the same. Whenever you use the operation R1 goes to, your first term should be R1 plus anything plus lambda times R2 or plus mu times R3. Lambda and mu can take any real values, but if the R1 is being changed, then the first term should be R1 only. Now is this clear? Still, if it's still not clear, we will do some practice problems, then it will become more clear. Bolo. Properties, जो main properties है, the most important properties I am discussing right now. Rest very small and very simple properties are there which you should be knowing already. Okay, clear? चलिए, let's do the question number 1. If ABC are the pth, qth and rth terms of a GP and all are positive, then find the value of this determinant. Okay, let's do this problem. बहुत सारे बच्चों ने जवाब दिए हैं -2 एंड सम ऑफ देम आर सेइंग 0. श्रेयस 0, चिराग 0, मयंक 0. Okay. What about other people? 0. Sanya also 0. Okay, I'm turning off the chat. Yes, my dear friend, all the problems are same. The lecture is exactly same in English and in English. Okay, no need to attend twice. चलिए, बहुत सारे बच्चों का सही जवाब आ चुका है. I'm turning off the chat. Let's see how we are going to approach this question. See, whenever I see GP, I am interested in ratio. Why ratio? Suppose somebody says, what is the ratio of third and second term? The third term will be AR square, second term will be AR, the ratio will come out to be R. So whenever we have ratios of terms in GP, we get simplified terms. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use the operation R1 goes to R1 minus R2. It is going to give me two benefits. Number one, whenever you have 1, 1, 1 in a row or a column, you will be very happy. It's very, very easy to solve such determinants. How to solve such determinants? Use R1 minus R2 and R2 minus R3, and you will have 2 zeros in the determinant. So it will be very easy to expand the determinant along that column or row. Okay. So R1 goes to R1 minus R2 करने से क्या होगा? Log A minus log B. Can I write it as log A by B? Next, P minus Q. Next, 1 minus 1, it is 0. In the same way, I am going to operate R2 goes to R2 minus R3. What will happen? Log B minus log C. It will become log B by C. Understood? then q minus r, this will become q minus r, 1 minus 1 0, and the third row will remain as it is. That is how we use the operations on determinant. Now I am concerned about log a by b. Suppose the first term of GP, first term is suppose capital A and the common ratio is suppose capital R. A is the pth term, so I can write that A is equal to ARP minus 1. In the same way, B will be equal to ARQ minus 1 and C will be equal to ARR minus 1. If I divide A and B, I will get A by B is equal to, suppose I divide these two. So capital A will get cancelled. I will be left with R raised to the power P minus 1 divided by R raised to the power Q minus 1, which comes out to be R raised to the power P minus Q. But I don't need A by B. I actually need log of A by B. So it means log of A by B will become log of this thing, which will become P minus Q multiplied by log R. So the determinant comes out to be, putting the value of log A by B, I will have P minus Q into log R. Here the second term is P minus Q, third one is 0. Now it is very easy to understand that log B by C will become Q minus R multiplied by log R. In the same way we found the value of log A by B, if we found the value of B by C, we will have R raised to the power Q minus R, which will become Q minus R into log R. This one is Q minus R, 0. Third row is log C, R and 1. Can you see that P minus Q can be taken out from the first row? Q minus R can be taken out from the second row. So P minus Q is taken common. Q minus R is also taken as common. We are left with log R, 1, 0. In the second row also log R, 1, 0. Third row is log C, R, 1. No need to look at the third row because the first row and second row are equal. Very easily I can say the value of the determinant will be 0. Clear हुआ कि नहीं हुआ? समझाना तू. बोलो 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 बोलो. क्वेश्चन नंबर 1, द करेक्ट आंसर इज 0. बहुत सारे बच्चों का सही जवाब आया. क्लियर है कैसे अपन ने रो ऑपरेशंस को यूज किया? ओके, क्लियर, गुड. Okay, then let's move on to question number 2. Some information is given, a square plus b square plus c square is equal to minus 2. Then this fx is a polynomial of degree how much? All clear, good. Let's try question number 2 fast. I will give you 2 minutes time. Black locks not there मतलब 2 0 2 2 3 2 4 2 चिराग 2 मयंक 2 1,2. How it can be 1,2 man? नहीं नहीं नहीं, ध्यान से करो, थोड़ा जल्दीबाजी मत करो. Do the question very very carefully. Read the question very very carefully. Yes, my dear friend, all the questions in the morning class as well as in the afternoon class will be same. The morning class was in Hindi, the afternoon class is in English. If you have attended the morning class, then there is no need to waste time another for same class again. Okay? Degree not defined, my dear friend. How can it be so? Degree is always defined. This is a polynomial. चलिए, बहुत सारे बच्चों का 2 आंसर आ चुका है. Let's see how to solve this. Okay? See, I am given with a square plus b square plus c square. So what I am trying to do, I will try to create a square plus b square plus c square, for which I can use the operation c1 goes to c1 plus c2 plus c3, which means adding all the 3 columns. If I am going to add 3 columns, see, this plus this plus this, what I will get? I will get 1 plus a square x plus this will become x plus b square x, and this will become, this will become plus x plus c square x. This is 1 plus x and x becomes 2x. And from the remaining terms, if I take the x common, I will get a square plus b square plus c square. Now a square plus b square plus c square is given as minus 2. So minus 2x plus 2x, all is cancelled out. I am left with 1 only. So fx becomes, c1 goes to c1 plus c2 plus c3. This term will become 1. This will also become 1. This will also become 1. What is the remaining terms? 1 plus b square multiplied by x, 1 plus b square x, and 1 plus b square whole multiplied by x. Third, 1 plus c square into x, 1 plus c square into x, 1 plus c square x. Important part to note is that we are left with 1 1 1 in one of the columns. So I should use the row operations now to create zeros. I'm going to use r1 goes to r1 minus r2. 1 minus 1, it will become 0. This is x plus b square x and 1 plus b square x. What will be left? X minus 1 will be left. And this minus this, it will become 0. Still 1 and 1. So let's use r2 also. r2 goes to r2 minus r3. This will become 0. 1 plus b square x and this is x plus b square x. We will be left with 1 minus x. X plus c square x, 1 plus c square x will be left with x minus 1. And third row will remain as it is. See, whenever we do some operations, usually our main purpose is to create 1 1 1 so that we can create 0 and 0. Now I'm going to expand the determinant using first column. So I don't have to look at the 0 terms. Directly I'm expanding along 1. 1. This into this minus this into this. This is actually x minus 1 whole square, which is a polynomial of 2 degree. Clear हुआ क्या? जल्दी से बताना. Clear हुआ क्या? How to use the operations? How to develop the thought process? Using given information a square plus b square plus c square equal to 2, we got a hint from the question that I need to create a square plus b square plus c square. Okay? Can you put a as 0 and check? Once again, okay, I'm going to explain one more time. First, I use the operation c1 goes to c1 plus c2 plus c3. So whenever I am adding this term plus this term plus this term, what did I get? I got 1 because a square plus b square plus c square was minus 2. So this term was minus 2x and this term was plus 2x. The term of x got cancelled out. We left with 1 only. So the terms in the first column became 1 1 1. Later, if I have 1 and 1, now I need to create zeros. So r1 goes to r1 minus r2, 0 is created. r2 goes to r2 minus r3, 0 is again created. Third row remains as it is. Now I am expanding along the first column. So 1 multiplied by x minus 1 whole square minus 0. Okay? अब क्लियर हुआ भैया? चलिए. Now let's move on to question number 3. The value of determinant will be equal to clear. Jaldi, fast. Understood. Good. Sir, we are not enjoying. What kind of enjoyment you are looking for, my dear friend? In exam we get variable sums. a का वैल्यू 0 पुट करते हैं, आंसर इज -2. अरे मेरे भाई, डिटर्मिनेंट की वैल्यू नहीं पूछी है, पॉलिनोमियल की डिग्री पूछी है यार. पॉलिनोमियल की डिग्री कितनी है? सो पॉलिनोमियल यानी कि डिटर्मिनेंट को सिंप्लीफाई करना पड़ेगा. सिंप्लीफाई करके एक्स की टर्म्स आएंगी. फ्रॉम देयर वी विल गेट टू नो द डिग्री ऑफ द पॉलिनोमियल. ओके, yes. Some of these questions are from this year's JEE Mains, and some of the questions will be from previous 2 years JEE Mains. जो लोग इंग्लिश में कंफर्टेबल नहीं है दे शुड मूव ऑन टू द मॉर्निंग क्लास जो कि हिंदी में होती है। वो हो सकता है आपको ज़्यादा इंटरेक्टिव लगे। इंग्लिश वाली क्लास अगर आपको आदत नहीं है इंग्लिश की क्लास की, इट विल बी लेस इंटरेक्टिव फॉर यू। अगर आपको ऐसा लग रहा है कि सर इंग्लिश में थोड़ा सा इंटरेक्शन मुझे कम फील हो रहा है बिकॉज ऑफ द लैंग्वेज बैरियर, you should attend the morning class. Okay, some students have given me the answer. Chirag says -2, Mayank says -2, LM says -2. Yes, yes, yes. LM, please write the answer only single time. I can see your answer. Okay, टाइम टेबल बेटा वेबसाइट पे अवेलेबल है, मैं क्लास के बाद दिखा दूंगा। लक्ष्मण का भी -2 है, बहुत बढ़िया। चलिए सॉल्व करते जरा इसको फटाफट से। See, again we are given with 1 1 1, so it's very easy to solve this determinant. Directly use the operation r1 goes to r1 minus r2. So a plus 1 into a plus 2 minus a plus 2 into a plus 3. तो मेरे पास बन जाएगा a plus 1 into a plus 2 minus a plus 2 into a plus 3. A plus 2 can be taken out as common. We will be left with a plus 1 minus a minus 3, which comes out to be minus 2 times a plus 2. So the first term will be minus twice of a plus 2. Now a plus 1 minus a plus 2, it will be minus 1. 1 minus 1 will be 0. Again use the operation r2 goes to r2 minus r3. A plus 2 into a plus 3, a plus 3 into a plus 4. So a plus 3 will again be common and a plus 2 minus a plus 4 will become minus 2. A plus 2 minus a plus 3, it will be minus 1. 1 minus 1, it will be 0. Remaining third row is of no importance because we have created two zeros. Now I am going to expand the determinant along this one. What I will get? This into this minus this into this. So it will be 1 multiplied by twice of a plus 2 minus twice of a plus 3. 2a will get cancelled. We will be left with 4 minus 6. The value of will become -2. बहुत सारे बच्चों का सही आ गया, बहुत बढ़िया। मॉर्निंग वाले बैच के अगर कुछ बच्चे रिपीटेड हैं, लेट मी टेल यू वन मोर टाइम, द क्वेश्चंस आर गोइंग टू बी एग्जैक्टली सिमिलर, सो नो नीड टू वेस्ट योर टाइम, यू कैन गो एंड हैव सम सेल्फ स्टडी। ओके, क्लियर? क्वेश्चन नंबर 3 क्लियर? Let's move on to question number 4. This one is interesting question. Two very large looking determinants are given to you and the summation is given as 0. You have to find the correct option. बेटा ए की वैल्यू 0 डाल के आंसर आ जाएगा, बट इट इज़ नॉट सजेस्टेड। हो सकता है हमेशा ऐसा ना हो, इसलिए इस तरह की आदत मत डालो। ट्राई टू लर्न हाउ टू सॉल्व द डिटर्मिनेंट इंस्टेड ऑफ गोइंग फॉर ए क्विकर एंड ए डेंजरस आइडिया ऑफ पुटिंग ए इज इक्वल टू 0। थ्री का आंसर -2, ठीक है। चलिए चिराग ने आंसर ए दिया है और लक्ष्मण ने भी ए दिया है, मयंक ने भी ए दिया है। एनीवन एल्स? 0 इज नॉट द करेक्ट आंसर, ए इज द करेक्ट आंसर। यस, SK इज ऑल्सो करेक्ट, UR इज ऑल्सो करेक्ट, चिराग इज ऑल्सो करेक्ट, नितिन इज ऑल्सो करेक्ट, BA। बहुत सारे बच्चों का सही जवाब आ चुका है, चक्रधर का भी आंसर सही आया। चलिए, टर्निंग ऑफ द चैट नाउ। See. Let me go back to the first property. Suppose you need to add to these two determinants. The first thing you should check is if two rows are same or not. If two rows are same, then directly add the first row elements. So, in this question, I have to add these two determinants. First, I need to check if two rows are same. A plus 1, A minus 1. A plus 1, A minus 1, A. Nothing is similar. But if you take transpose of this determinant, you will start to see something similarity. Take the transpose of the first determinant. What I will get? I will get A plus 1, A minus 1. Then minus B, B plus 1, B minus 1. Then C minus 1, C plus 1. C plus 1. plus whatever is left, a plus 1, b plus 1, c minus 1, a minus 1, b minus 1, c plus 1, then minus 1 raised to the power n plus 2 into a, minus 1 raised to the power n plus 1 into b, and minus 1 raised to the power n multiplied by c. Still I am looking for two similar rows. There are no similar rows right now, but I can see that the second row of first determinant and first row of second determinant are similar. So the thought comes that we should interchange the first and second row. अगर फर्स्ट और सेकंड रो को इंटरचेंज करता हूं तो वैल्यू ऑफ डिटर्मिनेंट विल हैव ए नेगेटिव साइन इन इट. सी, and first row, the second row elements will go to the first row, and the first row elements will come to the second row. Still second row will not be same. Then I will use another operation. Are you with me? Then I will again use R2 goes to R2 and R3. I'm going to interchange R2 and R3 one more time. Now what I will get? I will get the R1 coming down to R3, and R2 goes to R1, and R3 elements of R3 will be come in the row second row, and there will be one more negative sign. The minus minus will become plus. क्या मिल जाएगा हमें? सेकेंड रो वाले एलिमेंट पहली जगह चले जाएंगे, यानी कि बन जाएगा a plus 1, b plus 1, b plus 1, c minus 1. सेकेंड रो में क्या आएगा? सेकेंड रो में थर्ड रो वाले एलिमेंट आ जाएंगे, यानी a minus 1, b minus 1, a minus 1, b minus 1, c plus 1, and the third row will become a minus b and c, a minus b and c plus. Now let's see the second determinant. Now very easily I can see that two rows of these two determinants is becoming same. Now it's very easy to add them all. Minus 1 raised to the power n plus 1 into b, and minus 1 raised to the power n multiplied by c. एक बार मैं फिर से आपसे पूछ लेता हूं, ये वाले जो ऑपरेशन मैंने किए हैं R1 and R2, इंटरचेंजिंग R1 and R2 and then interchanging R2 and R3, it will result in a negative sign twice. So minus and minus ultimately will become plus. So the value of determinant will not have a negative sign in the front. But what will be the first row? The first row will become a plus 1, b plus 1 and c minus 1. Similarly second row will become this and third row will become this. ये वाला स्टेप अगर क्लियर है तो जल्दी से यस लिख दो. इसके बाद कुछ मुश्किल नहीं बचा है. If this step is not clear, it is the most important step of this question. See, we have learned that if any two rows and two columns are interchanged, then the value of determinant will change the sign. This time we have interchanged, actually this time we have done the interchange two times, so there will be two minus sign. Clear है? Not ठीक है, एक बार और एक्सप्लेन करता हूं, देख लो. क्लियर नहीं तो एक बार और देख लो यार. ट्रांसपोज प्रॉपर्टी, ट्रांसपोज से कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता है यार. ट्रांसपोज से कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता है. हाउ डिड यू गेट द आइडिया ऑफ ट्रांसपोज? सी, आई हैव टू ऐड टू डिटर्मिनेंट्स. दो डिटर्मिनेंट्स को ऐड करने के लिए क्रैश हो गया. Software is crashed. Let me reopen this. See, if we go to the first part for adding two determinants, suppose you have to add these two determinants, then I will look for two similar rows. If two rows are similar, then the remaining row can be added directly. Okay. So right now in this question, there are no two similar rows. Actually, a plus 1, a minus 1 यहां पर रो में है, a plus 1, a minus 1 यहां पर कॉलम में है, यहां पर रो में है, यहां पर कॉलम में है. So I'm taking the transpose of this determinant. Whenever you take the transpose of a determinant, the value of the determinant does not change. You must be knowing this, yaar. It is very simple idea. So after transposing it becomes a plus 1, a minus 1, then minus b plus 1 and b minus 1, then c minus 1 and c plus 1. Okay. The second determinant is a plus 1, a minus 1, minus 1 raised to the power n plus 2 into a, b plus 1, b minus 1, minus 1 raised to the power n plus 1 into b, c minus 1, c plus 1 and minus 1 raised to the power n into c. Now I am using the operation R1, interchanging R1 and R2. Okay. So now I will have a negative sign in the front of the determinant. What we will get? I will get negative of interchanging R1 and R2. So A plus 1, B plus 1, C minus 1. This will go to the first row. A plus 1, B plus 1, C minus 1. Okay. Second row, the elements of first row come to the second row. A minus B, C. A minus B, C. And the third row will be A minus 1, B minus 1, A minus 1, B minus 1 and C plus 1. Plus, second determinant is still same. A plus 1, B plus 1, C minus 1, A minus 1, B minus 1, C plus 1 and minus whatever. The third terms are as it is. Again I am going to use the operation interchanging R2 and R3. R2 और R3 को interchange करना है तो एक और minus sign बाहर आएगा and new minus and this old minus will become plus. And now I will get A plus 1, B plus 1, C minus 1. Then A minus 1, B minus 1, C plus 1. And third row will become A minus B, C. Now if you look at these two determinants, first two rows have become exactly similar. The third rows can be added now. Minus 1 raised to the power n plus 1 into B, minus 1 raised to the power n into C. Can you see it? The first two rows of these determinants have become exactly same. So after adding these two determinants, I will get A plus 1, B plus 1, C minus 1. And A minus 1, B minus 1, C plus 1. Third row will become A plus minus 1 raised to the power n plus 2 into A. Similarly, minus B plus minus 1 raised to the power n plus 1 into B. And C plus minus 1 raised to the power n into C. Now let's check the options. If n is a odd integer, n plus 2 will become odd. So minus 1 raised to the power odd will become minus 1. A minus 1, this term will become 0. If n is odd, n plus 1 will be even. Even है तो ये plus b बनेगा. Minus b plus b 0. If n is odd, this will become minus c. C minus c 0. So addition of two determinants having third row as 0, 0, 0. The value will become 0. It means A is the correct answer. If n is an odd integer, then the sum of these two determinants will become 0. Now is it clear? I've explained in more detail. सारे स्टेप एक एक स्टेप को लिखकर दिखा दिया है. Now is it clear? Let me know फटाफट से. Okay. चलो जरा क्वेश्चन नंबर 2. A function is given and some condition on A, B and C is given. You have been asked the value of f of 50 and f of minus 50. Let's see quickly. Yes, we can use the addition rule with columns also. No problem. Let's see question number 5 quickly. Let me know your answers. A function is given. You have been asked to find the value of f of 50 and f of minus 50. D. नहीं. D is not the correct answer, my dear friend. No. Do very, very carefully. Avoid silly mistakes. Read the question carefully. Do your calculations carefully. B is the correct answer. AG has got the correct answer. What about other people? Chirag also got answer B. CD also got the correct answer B. Correct. Good. JSB. Good. चिन्मय. ओके चिन्मय का भी ठीक आया. अंश का भी ठीक आया. NK also, FQ also. B. Okay. Very nice, guys. B is the correct answer. Okay. See, the hint of the question is lying inside the question. We are given with a plus c minus 2b. I need to use this value, so I need to create a plus c minus 2b. How can I create a plus c minus 2b? So I will use the operation R1 goes to R1 plus R3 minus twice of R2. ऐसा करते ही क्या होगा, a plus c minus 2b create हो जाएगा. Okay, so R1 goes to R1 plus R3. What I will get? I will get x plus a plus x plus c minus twice of x plus b. So x plus x minus 2x 0, and a plus c minus 2b. A plus c minus 2b is 1. So the first term will become 1. See, x plus 2 plus x plus 4 minus twice of x plus 3, it will become 0. Then again here also x plus 1 plus x plus 3 minus twice of x plus 2. This will also become 0. Remaining terms are whatever. Now I don't care about the remaining terms because my determinants is now very, very easily solved. Why? Because I got 2 zeros in a row. Now expand along this first row. This into this minus this into this. So 1 into x plus 3 whole square minus x plus 2 into x plus 4. क्या बन जाएगा? This will become x square plus 9 plus 6x minus of x square plus 6x plus 8. Value comes out to be 1. So this fx is actually independent of x. The value of fx is always coming out to be 1. It means the only option number B will be correct. समझ में आ रहा है क्या? क्वेश्चन का हिंट क्वेश्चन के अंदर ही है. a minus 2b plus c, it is shouting out to us that use the operation r1 plus r3 minus twice of r2. क्लियर? बहुत सारे बच्चों का सही आ गया था. आई थिंक सबका क्लियर हो गया है, सबका आंसर भी आ गया होगा. लेट्स मूव ऑन टू नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. यस, गुड. Question number 6. A determinant is given as 0 and these vectors are non-coplanar, then the product ABC equals. करो जरा. NK at the end of the lecture I will tell you everything, where the recordings will be available, where the DPP will be available, where the previous recordings will be available. I will tell you everything. But during the class, please focus on the questions and the theory part. Such kind of questions if you need to ask, you can ask at the end of the class. Okay, at the end of the class I will tell you all such queries. Chirag got the answer -1. You are welcome, JI. C Chirag got the answer -1. Okay. What about other people? Andy also got -1. Good. -1. Any real number? No, Anjali. The value, there has to be some value. Okay. GM, I'm waiting. I will give you 1 more minute to solve the question. After that, I'm going to solve it. गुड. बहुत सारे बच्चों का -1 आ चुका है. Good. Correct. -1 is the correct answer. See, the determinant is again shouting out to us that we should break the determinant into 2 determinants. Some student was asking, sir, can we do the split in terms of columns also? See, in this question we are splitting. The first 2 columns are same, so I am keeping those at same. First 2 columns are same and third column is getting splitted. Okay, but now I have some problem. I can see that A is coming common from first row, B can be taken out from second row, and C can be taken out from third row. What I will get? A square 1, B square 1, C square 1 plus ए बी सी फ्रॉम फर्स्ट सेकेंड एंड थर्ड रो, क्या बच जाएगा 1a स्क्वायर, 1b स्क्वायर एंड 1c स्क्वायर. बट now I want to take the whole determinant as common, but this determinant and this determinant are not same right now, sorry are not same right now. So I'm going to use column operations on the first determinant. What I'm going to do, I need 1 at the first place, so I will use the operation interchanging C2 and C3, then interchanging C1 and C2. So दो बार इंटरचेंज करने से माइनस 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 विल बिकम प्लस एंड 1 1 1 विल कम एट द फर्स्ट कॉलम. सेकेंड कॉलम क्या बन जाएगा, ए बी सी. थर्ड कॉलम क्या बन जाएगा, ए स्क्वायर बी स्क्वायर सी स्क्वायर. दो बार इंटरचेंज किया अपन ने, interchanging C2 and C3 and then interchanging C1 and C2. Now plus ABC times 1a square, 1b square and 1c square. Now the whole determinant 1a square, 1b square and 1c square can be taken as common. We will be left with 1 plus ABC is equal to 0. Very very important information given. 1a square, 1b square and 1c square are non-coplanar. What is the meaning of non-coplanar? The meaning is that the determinant value will not be equal to 0. This determinant will be a non-zero because the vectors formed by these quantities are actually non-coplanar. So non-coplanar से जो बनने वाला determinant आएगा, the value of this determinant will be non-zero, which means only this term can be 0, which means ABC should be equal to -1. Clear है? आई थिंक सबका आ गया था, जीएम का नहीं आया था. जीएम क्लियर हुआ क्या, कैसे निकालना है? दो बार इंटरचेंज करना पड़ेगा ताकि वो सेम डिटरमिनेंट हमें कॉमन निकलता हुआ दिख जाए. सेकंड स्टेप क्लियर नहीं है, देखो जरा. सेकंड स्टेप फिर से वैसा वाला ही है यार. देखो ये फर्स्ट स्टेप हुआ. सेकंड स्टेप ए स्क्वायर ए क्यूब, आई एम टेकिंग आउट ए एज कॉमन फ्रॉम द फर्स्ट रो. यहां से ए कॉमन, सेकंड रो से बी कॉमन, थर्ड रो से सी कॉमन, तो बाहर तो बच जाएगा ए बी सी, और ए कॉमन निकलने के बाद ये 1, ये ए और ये वाला ए स्क्वायर. क्लियर? कैन यू प्लीज रिपीट विच पार्ट आई शुड रिपीट यार? पूरा क्वेश्चन रिपीट करूं क्या? एलएम तुम तो शायद मॉर्निंग वाली क्लास में भी थे यार. मॉर्निंग वाली क्लास में भी तुम बार बार कह रहे थे रिपीट करो. फ्रॉम थर्ड स्टेप में मैंने देखो इसको और इसको इंटरचेंज किया, इसको इंटरचेंज किया, फिर इसको और इसको इंटरचेंज किया, तो दो बार इंटरचेंज किया. इंटरचेंज करके तुम देखना, खुद से लिख के देखना. व्हेन यू विल इंटरचेंज दीज टू कॉलम्स, the determinant will take this format. Okay, since we are doing the interchange twice, we will get 2 minus will become plus. टाइम वेस्ट करते बिना बात यार. चलो, let's move on to differentiation of determinants. See if we have a determinant in which all the terms are represented in terms of x. If we need to differentiate it, then the differentiation will be in 3 steps. In the first determinant, we will differentiate only the first row and remaining 2 rows will remain same, plus differentiation of second row and the remaining 2 rows will remain same, plus differentiation of third row and the remaining 2 rows will remain same. इजी है, ये तो आता होगा आपको. यू मस्ट बी नोइंग कि हाउ टू डिफरेंशिएट द डिटरमिनेंट्स. यू हैव टू डिफरेंशिएट द डिटरमिनेंट्स वन बाय वन. फर्स्ट वी विल गेट 3 डिटरमिनेंट्स. फर्स्ट डिटरमिनेंट विल कंटेन द डिफरेंशिएशन ऑफ फर्स्ट रो, प्लस सेकंड डिटरमिनेंट विल कंटेन द डिफरेंशिएशन ऑफ सेकंड रो, प्लस थर्ड डिटरमिनेंट विल कंटेन द डिफरेंशिएशन ऑफ थर्ड रो. I am not going into the derivation, my dear friend. Right now we are focusing on the application part. Okay, चलिए. summation and integration of determinants. First, let me explain you how to integrate the determinants. Watch carefully. Watch very carefully. Suppose the determinant is so something fx gx. This is the determinant dx. Fx gx hx. But remaining two rows are constant. Only in this case I can integrate the determinant directly. जिस भी रो में वेरिएबल प्रेजेंट है सिर्फ उसको इंटीग्रेट करना है. सपोज ए डिटर्मिनेंट वाज गिवन एज dx is equal to fx gx hx and remaining two rows were constant. Now if I need to integrate the determinant, then I will directly integrate the first row only. Okay, so whenever you need to integrate the determinant, you must make sure that the variable should be present in only one row, or column. Clear? Similarly, addition भी करना हो, suppose dr is given as fr gr hr and we have to do the summation of dr, then sigma will directly enter in the row which is containing the values of r. Mind you, remaining two rows should be constant. There should not be a variable term. Clear हुआ क्या? How to add, how to integrate the determinants. आता होगा ये आपको. इंटीग्रेशन ऑफ डिटर्मिनेंट्स क्लियर है? यस, क्लियर. चलिए, now we come to the most important part of this chapter. See, not recently, I mean we have analyzed previous 62 JEE mains papers, and there's always at least one question from the chapter of determinant. And in the chapter of determinant, the most frequent topic from this chapter is Cramer's rule or the consistency of system of equations. Let me know if you know Cramer's rule. अगर ये एक्सप्लेन करना है तो जल्दी से बताना. क्रेमर्स रूल अगर ध्यान है, देन वी विल मूव ऑन टू कंसिस्टेंसी. हाउ टू चेक द कंसिस्टेंसी. डू आई नीड टू एक्सप्लेन क्रेमर्स रूल? डू आई नीड टू एक्सप्लेन क्रेमर्स रूल और यू नो? एक्सप्लेन. तुम खुद का टाइम वेस्ट करा रहे हो और कुछ नहीं है. मैं एक्सप्लेन कर दूंगा. यू आर वेस्टिंग योर टाइम बाय नॉट रीडिंग सच सिंपल थिंग्स बाय ऑन योर ओन. ठीक है, एक्सप्लेन कर रहा हूं, देख लो. yes, we can solve it using matrix method also, but right now the chapter is determinants. See, we are given with three simultaneous linear equations. First, form a determinant using the coefficients of x, coefficients of y and coefficients of z. x के कोफिशिएंट क्या है? a1 a2 a3, b1 b2 b3, c1 c2 c3. इससे बना है एक डिटर्मिनेंट d. Then d1 is formed using constant terms instead of coefficient of x. d1 d2 d3 को उठाकर इस जगह पर रख दिया जाए तो d1 d2 d3, remaining b1 b2 b3 and c1 c2 c3 will remain same. Then we will get a determinant d1. How to create d2? Remove the coefficients of y and put the constant terms there. We will get the d2. How to create d3? Remove the coefficients of z and put the constant terms in there. We will get d3. Now since you have calculated d1, d2 and d3, you can find the value of x as d1 by d, value of y as d2 by d, value of z as d3 by d. अब क्लियर हुआ क्या? जल्दी से बताना. इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट पे चलते हैं. कुछ बच्चों ने पूछा था सर एक्सप्लेन कर दो. मैंने एक्सप्लेन कर दिया है व्हाट इज क्रेमर्स रूल एंड हाउ टू फाइंड दीज वैल्यूज. क्लियर? फॉर डिफरेंशिएशन देयर आर नो शॉर्टकट्स. यू हैव टू डिफरेंशिएट. सर डोंट वेस्ट टाइम. माय डियर फ्रेंड, अगर तुम उसकी जगह होते, तुम बोलते कि सर मुझे समझ नहीं आया है, तो तुम भी चाहते ना कि सर एक बार दोबारा एक्सप्लेन कर दो. दैट्स वाई. ओके, Now let's discuss the most important part of this Cramer's rule. The most important part is consistency of system of linear equations. Okay. If D is not equal to 0, then the system will have unique solution. जानते हो ये बात, D नॉन जीरो तो आएगा unique solution. If D is equal to 0, then check for parallel or coincident planes. Parallel plane तो दिख जाते हैं ना clearly. X plus Y plus Z is equal to 1 and 2x plus 2y plus 2z is equal to 3. These planes are parallel planes. Very easily you can see, same as straight lines. But if the value of 3 becomes, this is equal to 2, then they will become coincident planes. Okay. If there are two parallel planes and the third plane is intersecting them, then the system is having no solution because there are no common points in all the three planes. If two planes are coincident and the third plane is intersecting, we will have a line of intersection. In this case, there will be infinite solutions. So, if in the question there are parallel or coincident planes, then it is very easy to decide the consistency. But if D is 0 and at least one of D1, D2, D3 is non-zero, then the system will have no solution. D is 0, but D1, D2, D3, at least one of them is non-zero. Then system will be inconsistent. Inconsistent. What is the meaning of inconsistent? Inconsistent means the system will have no solution. And last but not the least, if all of these values are 0, then the system will have infinite solution, but there should be no parallel planes. Clear है क्या ये वाला पार्ट? ये वाला पार्ट पढ़ रखा होगा आपने कि unique solution, when we will get unique solution, when we will get no solution, when we will get infinite solution. And I think you are still having some problems with finding the consistency of system of linear equations. If you want, trivial अभी तक बात ही नहीं करी है यार, trivial क्यों पूछ रहे हो? If you want, I want to explain to you another method, another interesting method using three-dimensional geometry and family of planes. If you want to know that method, the method is using family of planes. I would like to explain it to you. But if you say that, sir, we are comfortable with this information, then we will move on. Yes, the differentiation formula works with columns too. चलिए, family of planes से ओके न्यू मेथड एक्सप्लेन करता हूं. चलो ध्यान देना. अच्छा, यहां पर ऐसा कोई बच्चा है जिसको सिर्फ इंग्लिश में समझ में आता है? इज देयर एनीबडी इज देयर एनी सच स्टूडेंट हु डज नॉट अंडरस्टैंड ए वर्ड ऑफ हिंदी? अगर सबको हिंदी में थोड़ा कंफर्टेबल हो तो मैं ये वाला पार्ट हिंदी में एक्सप्लेन करना चाहूंगा. बट इफ एटलीस्ट वन स्टूडेंट इज नॉट कंफर्टेबल इन हिंदी, देन आई विल एक्सप्लेन इन इंग्लिश. लेट मी नो अगर किसी को हिंदी नहीं आती है. If anybody does not know Hindi at all, let me know right now, or else I would like to. You don't know Hindi, okay. See, actually these three equations represent three planes, P1, P2 and P3. Okay, and the most disturbing parts are infinite solutions and no solutions. They are the most difficult and most disturbing part. Why? Because in both the cases D is 0. So whenever we get D equal to 0, it is difficult to decide whether we will get infinite solutions or we will get no solutions. Okay, number one part. Second thing is, if I can find A and B such that P3 can be written as A times P1 plus B times P2, then I can say that P1, P2 and P3 are actually a family of planes. It is actually a family of planes. Family of planes याद है? P3, suppose two planes are intersecting, any third plane passing through their line of intersection can be written as some lambda times P1 plus mu times P2. It can be written like this. So I am saying that if I can find two numerical values a and b such that p3 can be written as a times p1 plus b times p2, then I will know for sure that the system is going to have infinite solutions. ये part clear है क्या? Do you understand this point? If I can find two values a and b such that p3 can be represented in this manner, then the system will have infinite solution. ये वाला part clear है क्या? जल्दी से बताना. सबको क्लियर है? एवरीबडी क्लियर ऑन दैट? यस 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 यस. ओके ओके. अगला पार्ट. सो if I need to find the value of a and b, what I will do? I will multiply p1 by a and p2 by b. Okay. Then I will compare the coefficient of x. Comparing the coefficient of x, क्या बन जाएगा? a times a1 plus b times a2 should be equal to a3. And comparing the coefficient of y, what I will get? a times b1 plus b times b2 should be equal to b3. ये क्लियर है क्या? This is the method for finding the value of a and b. How to find the value of a and b by comparing the coefficients of x and y. Clear? By comparing the coefficients of x and y, I can find the value of this a and this b. Let's say this is a and b, or we can take it as lambda and mu also. p1 p2 p3 क्या है? p1 p2 p3 ये तीन प्लेन है बेटा. ये पहला प्लेन की इक्वेशन है, दूसरे प्लेन की इक्वेशन है, तीसरे प्लेन की इक्वेशन है. बोलो 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 बोलो. ये कोफिशिएंट्स की वैल्यू कैसे निकालनी है? क्लियर हुआ? जल्दी बताओ यार. Yes, okay. No, they will not come out to be zero. They will not come out to be zero, my dear friend. Hold on, have patience. Okay. So a or b की value, once I find the value of a and b, now I will check if the constant terms are also following the same trend. If d3 is equal to a times d1 plus b times d2, which means the third plane is actually a family of plane of p1 and p2, a member of the family of planes p1 and p2. In such case, there will be infinite solutions. But if d3 is not equal to a d1 plus b d2, in that case we will have no solution. In this case we will have infinite solution. Let me explain one more time. See, whenever you have d equal to 0, the chances is that the planes are forming a family of planes. Let's assume p3 is equal to a times p1 plus b times p2. Then find the value of a and b by comparing the coefficients of x and y. After comparing the coefficients of x and y, you will find the value of a and b. Now check if the constant terms are satisfying the same relation. If it is satisfying the same relation, then the system will have infinite solution. If it is not satisfying the same relation, the system will have no solution. अगर clear नहीं हुआ है, if it is not 100% clear, let me solve the next question by myself. It will be very much clear to you all. बोलो 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 बोलो. Okay, क्वेश्चन करते हैं. Okay, I will solve one problem. Okay, good. Yes, we can check the coefficient of z also. Correct. Kind of related to linear dependence. Yes. Okay. चलो एक क्वेश्चन देखते हैं. If the system of linear equation has more than two solutions, then mu minus lambda square will be equal to. More than two solutions means infinite solutions. The system should have infinite solutions. द फर्स्ट कंडीशन ऑफ हैविंग इनफाइनाइट सॉल्यूशंस इज डी मस्ट बी जीरो। तो डी निकाल लेते हैं जरा, 1 1 1 1 2 3 एंड 3 2 लैम्डा। एक्सपैंड किया तो 1 के साथ आया 2 लैम्डा माइनस 6, माइनस 1 के साथ आया लैम्डा माइनस 6, सॉरी लैम्डा माइनस 9, प्लस 1 के साथ आया 2 माइनस 6 इज इक्वल टू 0। 2 लैम्डा माइनस 6 माइनस लैम्डा प्लस 9 और ये आ जाएगा माइनस 4 इज इक्वल टू 0। तो बन जाएगा लैम्डा माइनस 1 इज इक्वल टू 0, लैम्डा विल बी इक्वल टू माइनस 1। वी गॉट द वैल्यू ऑफ लैम्डा, लैम्डा शुड बी 1। कैसे? इनफाइनाइट सॉल्यूशंस की पहली कंडीशन डी मस्ट बी 0, डी को 0 किया, लैम्डा की वैल्यू 1 आ गई। ओके, लैम्डा को 1 पुट करने पर व्हाट द सिस्टम विल बिकम, इट विल बिकम x प्लस वाई प्लस जेड इज इक्वल टू 6 and x plus 2y plus 3z is equal to 10 and 3x plus 2y plus, putting the value of lambda as 1, the equation will become plus z is equal to mu. Now I have to find the value of mu such that this should represent a family of planes. Why it should represent a family of planes? Because we need to find infinite solutions. तो मैंने मान लिया कि P3 इज एक्चुअली A टाइम्स P1 प्लस B टाइम्स P2, जो मैंने आपको एक्सप्लेन किया था वही वाला। कंपेयरिंग द कोफिशिएंट ऑफ x, व्हाट आई विल गेट A प्लस B इज इक्वल टू 3। कंपेयरिंग द कोफिशिएंट ऑफ y, व्हाट आई विल गेट A प्लस 2B इज इक्वल टू 2। सब्ट्रैक्ट किया तो B इज इक्वल टू माइनस 1 एंड A इज इक्वल टू 4। सिंपल है, B इज इक्वल टू माइनस 1, A इज इक्वल टू 4। So the plane P3 can be written as 4P1 minus P2, 4P1 minus P2. अब the constant term should also satisfy the same relation, which means mu should be equal to 4 times 6 minus 10. So value of mu comes out to be 14. म्यू माइनस लैम्डा स्क्वायर कितना आ जाएगा? म्यू माइनस लैम्डा स्क्वायर आ जाएगा 14 माइनस 1 यानी कि 13। दैट इज हाउ यू यूज द फैमिली ऑफ प्लेन्स। बताओ क्लियर हुआ क्या? बताओ जल्दी से, क्लियर हुआ क्या? बहुत जल्दी, बहुत आसानी से ए और बी की वैल्यू आएगी, और वो ए और बी की वैल्यू सिर्फ कांस्टेंट टर्म में चेक करनी है। सेटिस्फाइज हो रहा है तो इनफाइनाइट सॉल्यूशन, सेटिस्फाई नहीं हो रहा है तो नो सॉल्यूशन। क्लियर? तो इस मेथड से फायदा ये है कि वी डोंट नीड टू फाइंड ऑल द 4 डिटर्मिनेंट्स D, D1, D2, D3. इट इज ए टाइम टेकिंग प्रोसेस एंड देयर इज ए चांस ऑफ calculation mistake in finding the value of the determinants. That's why if you are comfortable, we will use the family of planes method. How we got A plus B equal to 3? See. देखो ध्यान से देखना. Let me explain one more time. A times P1 plus B times P2 should be equal to P3. Okay? तो x का कोफिशिएंट A times 1 plus B times 1 should be equal to 3. तो A plus B should be equal to 3. फिर देखो जरा y का कोफिशिएंट, y के कोफिशिएंट में भी A times 1 plus B times 2 should be equal to 2. अब क्लियर हुआ क्या? A और B की वैल्यू कैसे निकाली? क्लियर हुआ? MR एस बी, ए और बी की वैल्यू कैसे निकाली है? क्लियर। चलो करो जरा फिर ये वाला क्वेश्चन। फॉर विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग ऑर्डर्ड प्रेयर्स द सिस्टम विल बी इनकंसिस्टेंट? नहीं, P1 P2 P3 रेस्पेक्टिवली लेने जरूरी नहीं है, किसी भी ऑर्डर में ले सकते हो, किसी भी ऑर्डर में। बट ये जरूर ध्यान रखना है कि P3 A टाइम्स P1 प्लस B टाइम्स P2 लिखना पड़ेगा। अगर आपने P3 इज इक्वल टू P1 प्लस लैम्डा टाइम्स P2 लिख दिया तो गड़बड़ हो जाएगा। Yes, exactly. The third equation has to be derived from the first two if we want to have infinite solutions. Yes. And if you use this family of planes method, this question will become very easy and very less time consuming. Question number 8, I'm waiting for your answers. A, C. Chirag got A, BA got A, GM got C, B. बहुत ही छोटा आंसर है, बहुत ही छोटा क्वेश्चन है, बहुत ही इजीली सॉल्व होगा, ध्यान से करो बस यार. जवाहर का बी, श्रेयस का ए, सी पक्का नहीं, जीएम सी पक्का नहीं है. करेक्ट आंसर इज ए. ए इज द करेक्ट आंसर. 2 mu minus 1 equal to lambda नहीं आएगा, कैलकुलेशन मिस्टेक करी है एनके. एनके यू हैव डन सम कैलकुलेशन मिस्टेक. करेक्ट आंसर इज ए. चलिए सॉल्व करते हैं जरा. चैट को मैं ऑफ कर रहा हूं. सी, फॉर system to be inconsistent, the first condition is that d must be 0. You all must have calculated the value of d and you must have found that d is actually 0. 4 4 4. D is coming out to be 0. Okay, if d is coming out to be 0, the possibility is that p3 is equal to a times p1 plus b times p2, but the constant term will not satisfy this relation. All other coefficients will satisfy the relation, but the constant term should not satisfy this relation because we need to have no solution. So first let's find the relation. P3 x का कोफिशिएंट कंपेयर करने पर क्या बन रहा है? a plus 3b is equal to 4 and 2a plus 4b is equal to 4. Multiply this equation by 2, we will get 2a plus 6b is equal to 8. Subtract the equation, 2b is equal to 4, which means b is equal to 2. If b is equal to 2, then a comes out to be, I think, minus 2. 6 to 4. ठीक है, a minus 2, b equal to 2. So we are getting the relation p3 is equal to minus twice of p1 plus twice of p2, which means if the constant terms satisfy this relation minus twice of 1 plus twice of mu, then the system will have infinite solution. But if delta is not equal to minus 2 plus 2 mu, then the system will have no solution. बोलो क्लियर हुआ क्या? मैंने मान लिया कि फैमिली ऑफ प्लेन है और फैमिली ऑफ प्लेन के हिसाब से ए और बी की वैल्यू निकाल ली. इफ द कांस्टेंट टर्म सेटिस्फाइज द फैमिली ऑफ प्लेन कंडीशन, देन देयर विल बी इनफाइनाइट सॉल्यूशन. इफ इट डज नॉट सेटिस्फाई, देन देयर विल बी नो सॉल्यूशन. क्लियर हुआ क्या ये वाला पॉइंट? So the relation comes out to be delta should not be equal to minus 2 plus 2 mu, यानी कि 2 mu should not be equal to delta plus 2. Now there is only one thing left for us. We should, no my dear friend, only option A satisfies. Remaining options are giving equal answer. See, 2 mu, तो ऑप्शन ए को चेक करते हो तो 2 into mu not equal to 3 plus 2. Option A is satisfying the not equality criteria. So correct answer is A. NK more than 2 solution is same as infinite solution, but we have to find for inconsistency. Two mu, 4 mu minus 2 delta equal to 4. सो बी सेटिस्फाइज। अरे मेरे भाई बी तुमने इक्वल टू लगा दिया, इक्वल टू पे तो इनफाइनाइट सॉल्यूशन आ रहे हैं। क्वेश्चन में पूछा है इनकंसिस्टेंट, इनकंसिस्टेंट मींस नो सॉल्यूशन। नो सॉल्यूशन कब आएंगे? हाउ डू यू नो इक्वेशंस हैव नो सॉल्यूशन? क्वेश्चन इज आस्किंग मी यार द सिस्टम इज इनकंसिस्टेंट, कैनॉट यू सी इनकंसिस्टेंट वर्ड विच मींस नो सॉल्यूशन। तो नो सॉल्यूशन, अगर ये इक्वल टू हो गया तो इनफाइनाइट सॉल्यूशन, और अगर ये नॉट इक्वल टू हुआ तो नो सॉल्यूशन। कितना सिंपल मेथड बताया यार। जो मेथड मैं बता रहा हूं वो क्लियर हो रहा है क्या? एक ही मेथड से इनफाइनाइट और एक ही मेथड से नो सॉल्यूशन, दोनों कवर हो गए। क्लियर? चलो एक और क्वेश्चन करते हैं। द सिस्टम हैज समथिंग 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 समथिंग। चलो एक काम करते हैं, इस क्वेश्चन को करना होमवर्क में। ओके, राइट नाउ सॉल्व दिस क्वेश्चन, क्वेश्चन नंबर 9 we will do in homework. Got it, good. बहुत इजी सा मेथड है। देखो, when you were first taught the chapter of determinants, maybe you were not taught the family of planes method because you had not read the 3D geometry part at that time. So there is some constraint while teaching the determinant chapter for the first time. When we teach the determinant chapter for the first time, some students don't know the concept of 3D planes and some students don't know the concept of family of planes. So we have to use the method of finding D, D1, D2, D3, all the 4 determinants, which is a lengthy process and a risky process because in finding the value of the determinant, we might make some calculation mistakes, okay? That's why today we are using the family of planes method and it will give you very easily all the correct answer. If the condition is satisfied, then the system will have infinite solution. If the constant term does not satisfy the condition, then the system will have no solution. क्वेश्चन नंबर 10 का आंसर वेट कर रहा हूं मैं। R cube means R by R यानी कि 3 dimension plane. This is the set of all real numbers, यानी x की वैल्यू रियल, y भी रियल एंड z also रियल। चिराग नीति BAPI 10 आंसर आया है। AS का आंसर कभी -12 लिख रहे हो, कभी -4 लिख रहे हो बेटा, ऐसे कैसे? गोविंद का 10 आया है, AS का -4 नहीं, -4 इज रॉन्ग, करेक्ट आंसर इज 10। करेक्ट आंसर इज 10। GM का भी गॉट इट। AS तुम्हारा गड़बड़ है बेटा, गड़बड़ है। AM का गड़बड़, श्रेयस का सही है। चलिए ध्यान दें जरा। The intersection of following 3 planes is a line in R cube. R cube means 3 set of real numbers. R. X is also real number, Y is also real number, Z is also a real number. Okay. तो क्वेश्चन में बोलता है, the question says the intersection of following 3 planes is a line, which means we have infinite solutions. What is the first condition for having infinite solutions? D must be 0. तो D को 0 करते हैं जरा। 1 4 -2, 1 7 -5, 1 5 alpha. This is equal to 0. So we get alpha is equal to -3 निकल के आता है। बिल्कुल ठीक, ये तो निकाल ही लोगे ना, you can find it. Alpha is equal to -3. Now we have to look for the values of A and B such that P3 can be written as A times P1 plus B times P2. Comparing the coefficient of X, I will get A plus B is equal to 1. Comparing the coefficient of Y, I will get 4A plus 7B is equal to 5. Multiplying this equation by 4, I will get 4A plus 4B is equal to 4. Subtract 3B is equal to 1. B is equal to 1 by 3. If B is equal to 1 by 3, then A will be 2 by 3. which means the relation is actually P3 is equal to A P1 plus B P2 यानी कि 2/3 P1 plus 1/3 P2. Now the system to have infinite solutions, the constant terms should also satisfy this relation, which means 5 should be equal to 2/3 into 1, 2/3 into 1 and 1/3 into beta plus 1/3 into beta. From here you will get beta is equal to 13. So alpha plus beta will be equal to 10. समझे कि ना समझे? छोटा लग रहा है क्या? अगर ये मेथड आपको यूजफुल लग रहा है तब तो मैं इस मेथड से बताऊं, नहीं तो फिर वो पूरा लंबा प्रोसेस फॉलो करते हैं, D1, D2, D3, फाइंडिंग ऑल 4 डिटर्मिनेंट, चेकिंग इफ वन ऑफ देम इज नॉन जीरो, ऑल ऑफ देम आर जीरो. Does this method sound a little bit useful to you? Yes, good. बहुत ज़्यादा यूजफुल है, easy भी है. और देखो A और B की वैल्यू बड़ी इजीली निकलती है, बहुत ज़्यादा जोर नहीं आता है, बहुत यूजफुल है. गुड. चलिए, लेट्स मूव ऑन टू होमोजेनस सिस्टम ऑफ इक्वेशंस. होमोजेनस सिस्टम ऑफ इक्वेशंस मीन्स all the constant terms will be zero. So if you see carefully, all these planes are actually passing through 0, 0, which means homogeneous system will always be consistent. Homogeneous system will always have a solution because 0, 0, is always satisfying. So the homogeneous system is always consistent. Okay? If we want to have infinite solutions or more than one solutions, or we want to have non-trivial solutions, whenever the value of all the variables is 0, 0, such solution is called trivial solution. Then what is the meaning of non-trivial solution? It means we have some non-zero values. Already 0, 0, तो है ही, उसके अलावा भी कुछ solution आना है, तो all these things indicate to only one direction, that D must be 0. If we want to have infinite solution, or if we want to have more than one solution, or if we want to have non-trivial solution, सब के लिए सिर्फ एक कंडीशन है, D must be 0. क्लियर है क्या होमोजेनियस का पार्ट? जल्दी बताओ, क्वेश्चन करें फिर. जल्दी. Homogeneous system of equation, clear or not clear? For no solution, homogeneous system will always be consistent, because one solution is always there. So the homogeneous system cannot be inconsistent. There cannot be a scenario where we will get no solution. Okay? When D is not 0, if D is not equal to 0, then we will have a unique solution, same as previous part. D not equal to 0 gives a unique solution. In this case, the unique solution comes out to be 0, 0. लास्ट पार्ट एक बार और बता दो सर. चलो देखो, होमोजेनियस सिस्टम में कांस्टेंट टर्म सारी जीरो होती है. उससे फायदा क्या होता है कि जो तीनों के तीनों प्लेन है वो 0, 0, ओरिजिन से पास हो रहे हैं, क्योंकि कांस्टेंट टर्म कुछ है नहीं. पुट करके देखो ना, x को भी 0, y को भी 0, z को भी 0, सबको 0 पुट किया, यानी सेटिस्फाई कर रहा है. यानी कि 0, 0, ये सॉल्यूशन तो हमेशा आएगा ही आएगा. और इस सॉल्यूशन को बोलते हैं ट्रिवियल सॉल्यूशन. व्हेन ऑल द वेरिएबल्स आर हैविंग वैल्यूज इक्वल टू 0, सच सॉल्यूशन इज कॉल्ड ट्रिवियल सॉल्यूशन. And homogeneous system will never be inconsistent. Because one solution is always there. Which solution? 0, 0. Now the system to have infinite solution, or having more than one solution, or having non-trivial solution. सबका मीनिंग एक ही है. नॉन ट्रिवियल सॉल्यूशन यानी कि इसके अलावा भी कुछ सॉल्यूशन आना चाहिए. मोर देन वन यानी कि ज्यादा सॉल्यूशन आने चाहिए. इनफाइनाइट सॉल्यूशन यानी ज्यादा सॉल्यूशन आने चाहिए. इन सब की एक ही कहानी है, दैट डी मस्ट बी इक्वल टू 0. ओके, ये सब वही बता रखा है मैंने. Homogeneous system is always consistent. When all variables have value equal to 0, this is called trivial solution. And for having non-trivial or infinite solution, D must be 0. चलिए क्वेश्चन करते हैं. If the system has a non-zero solution, then which option is correct? होमोजीनियस वाला पार्ट सबसे आसान होता है. होमोजीनियस सॉल्यूशन में D इक्वल टू, मेरे भाई होमोजीनियस सिस्टम में अगर D 0 है तो ऑलवेज देयर विल बी इनफाइनाइट सॉल्यूशंस. अगर D नॉट इक्वल टू 0 है तो देयर विल बी ए यूनिक सॉल्यूशन. और वो यूनिक सॉल्यूशन होगा 0,0,0. समझ गए हमार? क्लियर है? चलिए टाइम हो रहा है, सॉल्व करते हैं फटाफट से. द क्वेश्चन इज सेइंग इट शुड हैव ए नॉन जीरो सॉल्यूशन, विच मीन्स इट शुड हैव ए नॉन ट्रिवियल सॉल्यूशंस. इट मीन्स it should have infinite solutions. Anything can be written in the question, but all things lead to the same point. What is the point? That D must be 0. तो D को 0 करते हैं तो बनता है 2 2a a, 2 3b b, 2 4c c. एक्सपेंड किया 2 के साथ 3bc माइनस 4bc माइनस bc, माइनस 2a के साथ 2c माइनस 2b, प्लस में a के साथ 8c माइनस 6b. एक्सपेंड करने पर बना माइनस 2bc माइनस 4ac प्लस 4ab प्लस 8ac माइनस 6ab इज इक्वल टू 0. तो बन गया माइनस 2bc और माइनस 4ac प्लस 8ac यानी प्लस में 4ac और 4ab माइनस 6ab यानी माइनस 2ab इज इक्वल टू 0. सिंप्लीफाई करने पर बना 4ac इज इक्वल टू 2ab प्लस 2bc. सिंप्लीफाई करने पर बना b इज इक्वल टू 2ac अपॉन a प्लस c, विच मीन्स abc आर इन HP. क्लियर? c गलत है, बहुत सारे बच्चों का c आ रहा है. c कैसे आ रहा है यार? a आ रहा है, हार्मोनिक प्रोग्रेशन में b इज इक्वल टू 2ac अपॉन a प्लस c आ रहा है. होमोजीनियस पार्ट इज द मोस्ट इजिएस्ट पार्ट ऑफ कंसिस्टेंसी ऑफ साइमल्टेनियस इक्वेशंस. होमोजीनियस दिख जाए तो तुम्हें D0 करना और कुछ करना ही नहीं है, हमेशा D0 करना है जब भी होमोजीनियस दिख जाए, क्योंकि क्वेश्चन 99.9% इसी तरह का आता है कि जिसमें आपको D को ही 0 करना है अगर होमोजीनियस पार्ट है तो. चमक गया? चलो एक और क्वेश्चन करो फटाफट से. 12 क्वेश्चन थोड़ा सा लंबा है, अपने पास टाइम कम है इसलिए इसको होमवर्क में दे रहा हूं. क्वेश्चन नंबर 13 करो जरा. द फॉलोइंग सिस्टम ऑफ लीनियर इक्वेशंस विल हैव, हाउ डू यू नो द डिटरमिनेंट इज 0 यार? It should be 0. How do you know the determinant is 0? Whenever I have the homogeneous system of equation and if the question is asking to have more than one solution or infinite solution, then the D must be 0. AD, no, it is not multiple correct, it is single correct answer. चिराग ने ए निकाला है, बी ए ने ए निकाला है, कुछ लोगों ने सी सी बी निकाला है। आदित्य का भी गलत है। नहीं यार, नहीं नहीं नहीं। My dear friends, A is the correct answer. Should I solve it? चलिए देखते हैं जरा। चैट को ऑफ कर रहा हूं मैं, चैट को ऑफ कर रहा हूं। A is the correct answer. See, the following system of linear equation has something something. I have to check if it has infinite. No solution तो देखते ही गलत हो गया ना। होमोजीनियस सिस्टम है, नो सॉल्यूशन तो आ ही नहीं सकता है। सो इनफाइनाइट सॉल्यूशन है या ओनली वन सॉल्यूशन है? लेट्स फाइंड आउट द वैल्यू ऑफ डी। यू मस्ट हैव फाउंड आउट 7 6 -2 3 4 2 1 -2 -6. When you find the value of d, the d comes out to be 0. D comes out to be 0, which it means definitely there are going to be infinite solutions. But I don't know the infinite solutions will satisfy this condition or this condition. Let's find out. How? See the system of equations. 7x plus 6y minus 2z is equal to 0. And 3x plus 4y plus 2z equal to 0. Add these two equations. What I will get? 10x plus 10y is equal to 0. Which means x is equal to minus y. एक relation तो आ गया, x equal to minus y. Put the relation x equal to minus y in the third equation. Put in third equation. What I will get? I will get x equal to minus y. So minus y minus 2y minus 6z is equal to 0, which means 3y is equal to minus 6z, which means y is equal to minus of 2z. क्या क्या रिलेशन आ रहे हैं? x is equal to minus y and y is equal to minus of 2z. x equal to minus y, which means x minus y की वैल्यू क्या है? minus 2z माइनस का, यानी x is equal to 2z. ये तीन रिलेशन निकल कर आ रहे हैं। कहना क्या चाहता हूं मैं? कहना क्या चाहता हूं? See, the homogeneous system is having infinite solution. How do I know infinite solution? Because the value of d is coming out to be 0. So there will be infinite solutions. What are those infinite solutions? Those infinite solutions are actually x equal, the solutions are x comma y comma z, which is in fact x की वैल्यू 2z, y की वैल्यू minus 2z और z की वैल्यू z. ये मेरा सॉल्यूशन एक्चुअल में निकल के आया है. यू कीप ऑन द चेंजिंग द वैल्यूज ऑफ z, you will get the newer and newer values of x and y. Suppose z को मैंने 1 लिया तो x की वैल्यू 2i और y की वैल्यू minus 2i. Suppose z को मैंने 2 लिया तो x की वैल्यू 4i, y की वैल्यू minus 4i. All these are solution of this system of linear equation. Infinite solutions exist कर रहे हैं. तो correct answer will be x equal to 2z is correct, y equal to 2z is actually wrong. बताओ क्लियर हुआ क्या? जल्दी से. होमोजीनियस वाला पार्ट क्लियर है? तो कुछ नया सीखा है आज अपन ने. वी हैव लर्न समथिंग न्यू एंड लेट मी टेल यू, whatever the questions we have done today, these are all previous year questions. In previous year questions, most probable question to appear in the next paper will be the question based on system of linear equations. चलिए, now coming to the important part, very important part about this crash course. See, in today's class I have utilized the previous year questions which are very frequent, the topics which are very frequent, which is the most frequent topic from determinants. The most frequent topic is system of linear equations and finding their consistency. जिसके लिए मैंने आपको एक नया मेथड बताया है आज, जो कि बड़ा आसान है समझना, जिसके लिए सारे डिटरमिनेंट की वैल्यू निकालनी नहीं पड़ती है. एक और काम की बात मैं बताऊंगा आपको, एक और काम की बात बताऊंगा. लेट मी टेल यू, I hope you can see this. If you go to live lessons, if you go to crash course, you can see chemistry, mathematics. If I click on mathematics, see, this is the live class right now. Next class will be at 3 March 11 a.m. If you go to past live lessons, here you can watch the recording. If you click on view lesson material, you will get the class notes. These are the class notes. Whatever I have written on the PPT, these are the class notes, and you will get the DPP also. Okay. Next important part, very, very important part. If you go to chemistry and if you go to past live lessons, scroll down, you will get the complete detail of this crash course. It is the most important part we have created for you. What is so important? See, there is a timetable for the whole crash course. No, it is not the timetable for whole crash course. It is a timetable for you to follow for the whole day. Before lecture, you should take a chapter test of 1 hour. Then you should have a quick revision of 20 minutes and practice problems. Then these are the lecture times, 1 to 2:30 and 3 to 4 p.m. You will have live lectures of 1.5 hours. After lecture, what you should do? You should immediately solve the DPP, and you should do the quick revision in 20 minutes and then practice for 1.5 hours. For whole upcoming crash course of March and April, we have completed a timetable just for you. Let me tell you, this timetable has been created using an algorithm to retain maximum knowledge. After a certain interval of time, you tend to forget the things. Using that using that data and using that algorithm, we have created this timetable for you. And here are some more very important points and very important guidelines for you. You should check this out in detail. Okay, कहाँ मिलेगा ये Amazon Academy के केमिस्ट्री के क्रैश कोर्स में मिलेगा आपको, इंग्लिश में भी और हिंदी में भी. क्लियर? यहाँ से आपको मिल जाएंगे डीपीपी और यहाँ से मिल जाएंगे आपको क्या कहते हैं, क्लास नोट्स, जो कि आप बड़े इजीली सॉल्व कर सकते हो. उस टाइम टेबल को फॉलो करोगे तो अच्छा फायदा होगा. माइक्रो कोर्स आप लोगों के लिए नहीं है. माइक्रो कोर्स अभी 11th क्लास के लिए चलेंगे, कुछ चैप्टर कोर्स कराएंगे. आप लोगों के लिए भी क्रैश कोर्स ही चलने वाला है. क्लियर? टाइम हो चला है, द टाइम इज ओवर. आई होप आप लोगों को कुछ नया मेथड समझाया मैंने, वो क्लियर हुआ होगा. नेक्स्ट क्लास में फिर मिलते हैं. अंटिल देन, बाय बाय, सी यू. आई एंजॉयड ए लॉट टीचिंग यू ऑल. हालांकि नेचुरल फ्लो मेरा इंग्लिश में नहीं आ पाता है, बट स्टिल आई ट्राई टू कन्वे माई थॉट्स एज मच एज पॉसिबल. ठीक है, चलिए, नमस्ते बेटा, नमस्ते, बाय बाय, थैंक यू ऑल, थैंक यू वेरी मच. सी यू नेक्स्ट टाइम. अंटिल देन, टेक केयर, वर्क हार्ड एंड क्रैक the J exam with maximum marks. Okay? Bye bye.
For detailed videos, daily practice problems and live chat, visit academy.amazon.in or download the app.